National values and principles of governance bind all state organs, state officers, public officers, and all persons whenever any of them applies or interprets the Constitution and any law. They also apply to the making and interpretation of any public policy decisions.
Government policies aim to address societal problems to improve the well-being and the quality of lives for the individuals as well as for the nation. And if you think about the core values of economic development, they actually mirror national values.
KIPPRA has formed a National Values and Principles of Governance Committee which oversees the upholding of these values within the Institute.
The key mandate of the committee is actually to promote and to make sure that staff are able to understand the values as enshrined in the Constitution, and beyond even the Institute to promote, to create awareness on those values to the stakeholders of the organization.
Values are things that are learned through the socialization process. They are not legislated, they are not forced. So values have to be inculcated as children grow, and we can inculcate it in our school curricula right from the early childhood into primary school and so forth.
I think one of the most important thing is, of course, to be patriotic to Kenya as a country. Look at one another as a brother and sister, and to be able to observe, some level of respect and recognition of whatever individuals that you are interacting with.
There's a very thin line between patriotism and national unity. Patriotism, however, is a feeling of love, devotion, a sense of attachment to a homeland, an alliance with other citizens that share the same sentiments. The attachment can also be a combination of many different feelings relating to where one comes from or one's homeland. It could be cultural, historical, ethnic, but simply put, just the act of being a true Kenyan.
When people have freedom of choice, it means that they are kind of liberated and they are able to enjoy, like everybody else, to have equality, to have equity, and the like.
We have various rights that we are supposed to observe to ensure there is equality, and the government, due to the importance it places on equality, it put in place the National Gender and Equality Commission, which is mandated to ensure that all government agencies observe equality and do not practice discrimination.
Integrity is a very important national value in Kenya, having been enshrined in Chapter 6 and Article 10 of the Constitution, and espoused in Article 232, and also it has been legislated in the Leadership and Integrity Act of 2012. In KIPPRA, the value of integrity has been institutionalized through implementation of the Mwongozo, Code of Governance for State Corporations.
One of the national values for Kenya is actually sustainable development. And with this, we can see a very clear link on what we are promoting as economic development core values, as well as the foundation of the national values.
Given that KIPPRA's mandate is conduct research and capacity building, the Institute has conducted studies that investigate how people's rights are being observed, and we have published various publications that touch on equality.
A core value for economic development is actually self-esteem. And And with the self-esteem, we look at identity, and we also look at dignity. And if you go to the national values, they mirror, for example, protection of the marginalized community. They mirror that we have, human rights elements and the like.
KIPPRA has been undertaking research focused on groups of people who are considered marginalized, for example, youth, women, and persons with disabilities. And also, in terms of geographical scope, research focused on communities who are living in arid and semi-arid lands, and providing employment opportunities and procurement in line with the government affirmative action.
Especially in addition to procurement or supply chain, if you like, we have the preference and reservation of 30%, normally referred as uphold, that is access to government procurement opportunities, whereby we reserve 30% for youth, women, and persons with disability. We ensure that every person that is within that category is as much as possible accorded equal opportunity to participate in such procurement.
The national value of non-discrimination, in my thinking, it means that you treat people justly and without the biasness. Now, for KIPPRA, we have ensured that from the lowest cadre of staff to the highest position, they get benefits which are equal where applicable. And I will give an example of the benefit of the medical scheme. We have a medical scheme with an insurance company, and for us at KIPPRA, the benefit that the CEO gets, the benefit that the board members get, the benefit that the lowest cadre of staff get are the same, because we believe that when it comes to illnesses, it does not discriminate.
KIPPRA has done a lot to promote this sharing and diffusion of power, governance value, mainly in terms of capacity building to both the national government and the county government, training staffs on policy formulation process, also training on the macro modeling skills, which is a key attribute to this value.
You realize one of our mandates is capacity building, particularly through the young professional program. So one of the things that, of course, is to promote or to develop capacities of young Kenyans. And these young professionals are drawn from both private and public sectors, and also from diverse cultural backgrounds. So it's one way you're promoting national unity.
Yeah, as an individual and also as a message to other people is that I strive to live in a honesty and an open manner. That's all about promoting transparency, and I strive to be accountable to all my actions and behavior.
When it comes to social justice, KIPPRA is an equal opportunity employer. It does not discriminate. Everyone has a chance to get to work at the institute.
We know we are a research institution, so we collect our data and information from citizens. So that's a way of public participation. It's a way of democracy. So we involve them in our data collection. We don't collect data in the air. We collect data from our citizens, household surveys, be they evaluation programs. We normally go back to the same citizens to validate our research reports. So they interact with us on social media, they interact with us on Twitter, they interact with us on our website. They are able to access our products, be they policy briefs, be they research reports, be they impact statements or impact researches that we do for various state corporations and also private sector.
So the rule of law is a principle of governance in which Basically, all private and public individuals and institutions are required to comply with the law, and also to ensure that all are equal before the law and that the law applies equally. KIPPRA is currently undertaking a study on anti-corruption, and which reviews the laws and the institutions and the strategies that have been employed to fight corruption in the country, and a review of what works, what doesn't, and why. So it's anticipated that this will do a comprehensive audit of the strategies that the country is currently employing and identify the ones that are effective and the ones that are ineffective, and also reasons why.
For instance, in the health sector, we've undertaken research on universal health coverage. We've undertaken research which addresses equality and inclusion in labor markets, in education, in governance and leadership, social protection, eradicating hunger, and also ensuring that we have affordable housing.
And KIPPRA has also prepared the whistleblower policy, which ensures the board and the staff are free to report any corruption issues at the institution.
So KIPPRA, as a state corporation, we have a board in place that is mandated to steer the strategic direction of the institute. It has a board charter as one of the good practices of good governance. The board is evaluated by the State Corporation Advisory Council, SCAC, annually, just to ensure that there is effectiveness in the way it runs its business.
KIPPRA was awarded a certificate by the Directorate of National Cohesion and Values in recognition of the exemplary performance in compliance with 2020-2021 National Cohesion and Values. The award of certificate ceremony took place on 17th June 2021 at KIPPRA's office, Bishop Garden Towers, and was attended by KIPPRA's Executive Director, Dr. Rose Ngugi, and Secretary National Cohesion and Values, Mr. Josiah Musele. KIPPRA was ranked the best in state corporations category.
KIPPRA being the government public policy institution and also the premier research institution of government, has a very key role to play in making sure that public policy gets to be understood better by Wanjiku and everybody else.
In addition, in our website, we have a booklet, and that booklet gives you a clear picture of the 17 national values and what is expected of you. We have also translated that booklet into a Braille version, and we shared it with the students in St. Francis School for the Visually Impaired, which to us was a demonstration that all of us need to understand the national values. We have corporate responsibilities that we undertake, including tree planting, which is good for sustainable development, as well as working together with the persons with disability to ensure that we have equity in the society. In addition, we have under capacity building a program that we call a KIPPRA mentorship program for universities. And under this program, we create a platform where we invite the Directorate of National Cohesion and Values, and they use it to sensitize university community on national values. And this has played a key role in enlightening actually the students on what actually the government is doing in ensuring that that firm foundation of Vision 2030 is actually understood by everybody.